1055 The Bridge. Good morning. My name's Kotter. Bill Macchio is joining me in studio today. He is the publisher of multiple publications, Charleston Women, Island Vibes, and of course, Mount Pleasant Magazine. Good morning. Thank you for stopping by.
Hey, Kotter, thanks for inviting me, man. This is awesome.
All right. So if you look at, I think, the Charleston area, if you're an outsider looking in, you're like, hey, it's Charleston. Everything's Charleston. But then you get inside and you realize there's a bunch of different local communities.
There is.
Got their own vibe. They've got their own, personality. And that's why I think, something like what you're doing and highlighting that local and the personalities of these different locations is such a cool thing.
Well, I totally enjoy bringing the community to the pages of the magazine.
Right.
And online. It's like, you're right. Each community or each segment of the market, whether it's a woman's magazine or whether it's Island Vibes on the Isle of Palms, and of course, as you said, Mount Pleasant, each one of those has a characteristic, and it's our job to bring those to life,
Right.
And honestly, I just love what I do, and it's awesome to tell the stories of places that you love.
Right. Now, the Mount Pleasant magazine has been around the longest, correct?
Yes, I've been doing it for 40 years in different names, like it was East Cooper magazine,
Right.
and then a couple other names. Now it's been Mount Pleasant magazine about 15 years now.
Okay. So what drew you to this to highlight areas in this the Low Country like this?
Well, I think segments are always good when you have a niche like your radio, like the Bridge. I mean, A lot of people in Mount Pleasant love the Bridge, and it's because it's a niche.
Right.
The music you play, and same thing with publications. The words we write about and the subjects we write about is about that community where people live.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, I feel blessed because I got a job that I get to write about the place I love and
Right.
place I live in. I mean, what more could you want?
Right. So what started the branching out into the other magazines as well with the
Well, the Island Vibes, I actually launched about a year ago.
Right.
And there has never been. This is a fun fact.
Okay.
There has never been a publication or any kind of communications that is the Isle of Palms specific. And why that is Sullivan's Island is so close, Cotter.
Okay.
And so everybody connects the two, but those are two different communities altogether.
Right.
So I had people coming over and calling me up, people I've known for decades. Bill, you got to do something over here. Bill, it's very humbling, to be honest with you. And then there were so many people calling me and wanting to take me to lunch and stuff like that, that where there's smoke, there's fire, right?
Right.
So I started doing my own research, and sure enough, from the very first issue till now, it comes out monthly.
Right.
It's direct mail to Island Vibes we're talking about.
Right.
It's direct mail to every home on the island, including Wild Dunes. And starting in the last issue,
Yeah.
we direct mailed it to Charlotte
Oh wow.
because there's so many people the Isle of Palms, thousands of memories are made there every summer on vacation.
Right.
And those people come from Charlotte and Atlanta and Columbia and stuff.
Yeah.
So we're going to reach out to them when we publish it as well.
Now, as the area grows, like a lot of areas across the country grow, I mean, how important do you think publications like this are to help maintain the localness of things or even personality of an area?
We didn't brief each other when we asked these questions.
Yeah.
That's a great darn question. And the reason I say that is because through the pages of the publications I have, people get to know the intimacy of that neighborhood or of that town, And so because of that, it brings them together, Cotter.
Yeah.
It makes like, for instance, a survey was done by the Citadel, and 86%, it's an older survey, it was done about 5 years ago, but I think it was 86% of the people that read the magazine either know somebody that was pictured in it or know somebody that knows somebody that was featured in it.
Right.
That's a pretty small town.
Is there in the area? I mean, I'm sure you've covered your share of events and just of things that are home to the different areas for your publications. Do you have things that you look forward to covering every year? Or, I mean, is there something specific that stands out?
Well, like for instance, the Bridge Run. Every
Right.
year we always do something like that, or the Wildlife Expo. Wildlife Expo in our world here in the Charleston area is the first big event of the year.
Okay.
But yeah, we're always there, and if I may share with you
Yes,
and your
please.
audience, this isn't this kind of an offshoot of your question is I was here when Hugo slammed in our
okay.
post.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
that's been 35 years ago. And when you go to www.hugomagazine.com, that's hugomagazine.com,
Right.
you can flip through the digital pages of this historic document that I published 35 years ago. Isn't that exciting? We interviewed people that, I mean, there's stories in there. I guarantee you when you thumb through it, Kotter, if some of those stories don't bring a sense of water to your eyes or your heart, I mean, these were survivors of that hurricane.
Yeah.
So they're very touching. And emotions is what it's all about, right?
Right.
And so when you can draw that out, whether it's when somebody listens to one of the songs you program,
Right.
or somebody reads one of the stories in my magazine, when you can touch that sense of emotion, that's why we're here, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And that's why local like this is important.
Correct.
It's radio, whether it's publication, no matter
Correct.
what it is, because, you're not going to get that in a lot of situations. So being able to bring your own perspective because you live here and you know the community, you know the people here, it is so important.
Yeah, it very much so. Very much so.
All right. So we do want to talk about the best of.
Oh yeah, thanks. Yeah,
which
for sure.
is coming up.
Well, this is exciting. I got to tell you, I know
Okay.
I know you're a little bit new to the area,
Right.
Okay, the best of in Mount Pleasant is huge,
Right.
Okay, and this year we partnered up with the Patriots Point,
Okay.
and it's going to be held at the Yorktown.
See, that's awesome.
And so it's like September 19th. You can it's going to be oyster roast. It's going to be the setting there is amazing, and
Right.
you're going to be able to see the skyline,
Right.
because a lot of it's outside. So I'm excited. It's September 19th. If you go to MP bestoftickets.com, you can buy tickets for it, but it's going to be awesome.
Okay, so once again, the event is September 19th. You can get tickets, best of mptickets.com.
Right.
Perfect. All right, so if people want to know more about the publications, they want to learn more, learn about what you do, where can people go?
So if you go to mountpleasantmagazine.com, you can read the digital one there or look around. But also, if you go to readmpm.com,
Okay,
you can go through the digital one. On Island Vibes, it's readislandvibes.com.
right.
And you can flip through the digital. And Charleston Women is Read CW for
Okay.
Charleston Women. So readcw.com, and you can flip through the digital version of those magazines that way.